There's a shot I've been trying to get for years, a sort of bucket shot, and it's only 3 miles from my house. It's just up on a mountain that way. But it requires a really specific set of weather conditions, and until a few weeks ago, I think it had been a few years since the opportunity was there. You see, living in a city of 500,000 people, there's a ton of light pollution, and at night you can't really see that many stars. And as you may know, you've got to drive pretty far from any city at all to get a view of the Milky Way. Well, there's a kind of a cheat code to this, and that's if you can get a thick enough cloud layer on the surface and get above those clouds will block out all the light pollution, and you'll be able to see the Milky Way above the city. So I've spent several years trying to forecast the clouds, trying to find a situation where I can get up and photograph the Milky Way above Colorado Springs. A few weeks ago, the opportunity presented itself. We had this late season snowstorm move through, and the clouds hung around for a day after. So at 2 a.m., I woke up, I saw the conditions, and I started hiking. I knew once I started my hike that I wouldn't know if it was going to work until I got to the top. The entire hike was in thick fog, and I wouldn't see the stars until the very top. I had to hurry though. I had only allowed myself 2 hours to hike up and get my shot before the sun started to rise, and the May snowfall didn't make it any easier. I got to the top, and I could see the Milky Way, but I only had 15 minutes to compose my shot, get my settings right, and get the photos that I wanted. It wasn't nearly enough time. Add on to that, there was waves of clouds that every time it would wash over, it would freeze my camera gear up. It would ice over the lens, it would ice over the viewfinder. So after the sun started rising and it washed out the Milky Way, I couldn't even view my camera to see if I got the shot that I wanted. The screen was too small, the viewfinder was frozen, and I had to just sit there and watch the sunrise, not knowing if I had gotten my shot. Well, as you can see, it's starting to get light now. I can obviously no longer get the Milky Way, but just looking out over the sea of clouds, just unbelievable. Such an amazing feeling being up here. So I sat there watching the sunrise for 30, 40 minutes. Eventually I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't wait to see what was on my camera. So I hiked down and I uploaded my images and I got it. I got the shot. I was amazed at how much light the clouds actually blocked out. There was no sign at all that there was a gigantic city right below me, and all the fresh snow was just the cherry on top of it all. It was a cold, miserable morning. I lost a lot of sleep on this, but man was it worth it. If you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. What a beautiful day. I'm gonna head down, get warm, process these images. I just can't believe this shot finally came together. So excited, so nervous to see him on the big screen.